This is going to be a 3D resin bloom tutorial in our crystal edge square mold. I'm using Octopus Fluids resin inks in green apples, sweet cherry, and sun, along with Let's Resin ocean white pigment paste and some glass glitter and glass. The trick to this one, or not the trick, I made a mistake. I usually use high viscosity or low viscosity resin, and I mixed up Art Pro Resin, which I usually use for my other pours. I've never used it for a bloom. So I was like, uh-oh, is this going to work? But I figured I'd let it wait till it was about 38 degrees Celsius to pour, hoping that it would thicken up. I mixed about 3 ounces for the beginning part here. I put about 2 ounces down on the bottom and kept apart 0.68 ounces for the white, in which I put 2 drops of the Let's Resin Ocean White pigment paste. And there I'm just starting to drop the colors. The sun first, and then the sweet cherry. It's not moving, they're not moving yet or dissipating. Oops, dropped that too much there, so I have to add some more. They're not moving that fast, so I'm hoping that this resin will hold the color. I've never even thought about using Art Pro Resin because it is a medium viscosity resin. I use it for all my other types of pours other than flower blooms, but looks like it's working here. I'm using a silicone stick to just swirl the colors together, kind of blend them. Taking the sun into the sweet cherry and the sweet cherry into the green apple. And I just kind of go out and move the colors into the clear resin area. I like seeing a lot of deep colors in my 3D flower blooms. This mold takes about 9.5 ounces to fill total, so the 3 on the bottom means I've got to do about 6 ounces on the back. And once I'm done swirling the colors with the pen, you never want to torch alcohol inks because it's alcohol and fire don't mix. I then have the white in a piping bag and I do little swirls. Sometimes I do swirls, sometimes I do circles. It doesn't really seem to matter in the end result. These colors are so deep. These are the resin inks, not alcohol inks by Octopus Fluids, and they're 5 times more potent than alcohol inks are. And I'm just swirling a little bit more because I only have 0.68 ounces there with 2 drops of the Let's Resin white pigment paste, the ocean white pigment paste. And here it's kind of hard to see because the colors are so dark, but I'm drawing from the outside in the 4 corners. And then I'll go on the sides, out to in, and then from the top to the bottom. Sometimes when you have lighter colors, you can see the stems of the flowers, or not the flower blooms themselves, and you can kind of pull out like I'm doing there. I'm just guessing here because the inks are so dark I can't even see where I pulled the first time. So I'm just pulling colors out. You can see the red kind of going out into the areas. It doesn't have to be perfect. These turn out great every time. I've never had one go bad yet. For this one, I've been putting interference powder on some mica powders. I chose a Meyspring mica powder called Bronze Stone because it's not metallic and it wasn't silver or gold. And I used 10 little scoops of those. See how rich that is? It's like a bronze. That was in 6 ounces of resin, 10 little scoops of the mica powder, and I just pour it on the back after that first resin had set up and cured overnight, of course. And the mica will just settle into the corners. I think I did pull it onto the crystals a little bit, but I don't show that on here. Getting that last little bit. Once that's set up, it's time to demold. Will the Art Pro Resin work? Oh, it did. It looks so pretty. The white pigment paste is a little blobby, but I can live with it. Let us know what you think about it in the comments below.